Good morning, everyone. It's the 13th of February 2023, Monday morning. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Enjoyed the fight on Saturday night. It was fantastic. And just coming into the week now, quickly looking at news. We have this week inflation on Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. Okay, CPI. And then we have core retail sales, core PPI. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we've got high impact news every morning at 8:30 a.m. So be aware of your red line here on your 1 minute time frame. Let's go across to just quickly looking at the Bloomberg this morning. Traders await US inflation, retail sales, and jobless claims data. Okay, so creeping higher. Key events include Tuesday release of US consumer price data that may confirm the inflation battle isn't over, dashing hopes of a Federal Reserve rate pivot. Okay, inflation's still at 8.5% in the US, so it's pretty intense. But we're going to see what happens this week. Okay, so just check out the news there. Lots of other things about like spy balloons and things getting shot down. Nothing too crazy. We've got obviously the earthquake in Turkey, yeah, that's pretty much the major news at the moment that's out. Nothing really affecting the US markets except this inflation report. It's going to be quite intense, I think, depending on what we see. We're hoping for obviously inflation to be coming down. They're trying to target 2% inflation, 8.5 at the moment. So long way to go. Having said that, let's look at the S&P 500 this morning, holding at 4,100. Okay, it's come down here. You can see if we zoom in on the daily, holds and holding at 4,100. It is in this pullback formation, going up, pulling back, up, pulling back, up, pulling back, up, pulling back, holding at 4,100. Okay, Dow Jones Index, holding at 33,500. Okay, bouncing off this demand zone, 33,500, holding there. Okay, so nothing at the moment is indicative of downside. So still pushing back up to 34,500 this week. See what inflation brings for us tomorrow. Interested to see what happens. We've had bullish impulses on all inflation reports since November, since October. Okay, notably the November 10th here on Thursday, we had this big bullish push here. That was the last major inflation report on the 10th of November, and we've just had these bullish impulses. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Today should be just some nice clean mean reversion. Going to the 4 hour now on the Dow Jones Index. Looking at what we have here. We have no man's land in the middle, bullish on the 4 hour, bounced out of 33,500. Okay. This collapse occurred the other day. Really shouldn't have been any problem for any of us. This is the range that's working, 33,500. It was at the top of that range. Just log that for future. I'm going to go over the pattern that we're looking for. But it's important to see where price is in relation to the pattern between 9:30 and 10:30 a.m. We're sitting at major supply. Okay, for it just to smash through there, if it happens like that, it will come back down and then kick up through. So rarely does it ever just break through from the open. You can see here it's from the bottom and it pushes straight up through that area. Likewise down here. This was inflation on the 10th of November. It pushed down and then kicked straight up through the zone, not straight up through the zone without pulling back. So if we're going to get a kick up through this zone, we'll have probably a pull back again to 33,500, then a smash through to the upside. Okay. So looking at that right now, we're ranging between here. This is where we're going to be looking. This box is where we're looking at on the 1 hour. No man's land in the middle here. Bullish for me this morning. And definitely looking to buy and sell the 1 minute. On the 1 hour here, we did this, strong demand zone here at 33,600. It's dipped into that liquidity and then shot back up through that, and now we're climbing back up through this area of imbalance. So no orders here. It's clear. I wouldn't be surprised to see it come back up to 3,400. Okay. area of demand. It is at a area here of supply, right? Supply, demand, supply, sitting there underneath this sliding support area. But yeah, another small 1 hour area here. It's working this range. Nothing crazy happening today. Let's see what happens. There's no news. There's no major news. You're not going to get a huge impulse in any direction. You might get a trending move, but should be tradable. Okay, should be tradable. So looking now at the 1 minute. What do we got? We had this here on Friday. Nice mean reversion through here. Okay, at these areas. Here, just looking at how it worked. We had supply in that zone right there. Supply here at this time would be beneath the outer bands, okay? The first hit of it at the index open would have worked, and then there was a second push up through, okay, where the trades would have worked. You could have layered in after that area of supply, come back down, taken profit, and again a second one and a third one. So just looking at areas where there are order blocks to the left, you can see how they line up perfectly on the right hand side of the chart here with the volatility from Friday, and just a nice, we did have price kind of beneath the median into the open, so sweeping action, and yeah, just some nice obviously skewed bullish mean reversion, but very tradable, and yeah, so just working the area of the order block to the left hand side of the chart, seeing how deep it's pulling back, and knowing that it's going to extend a certain amount, not seeing it holding up here, that pattern. Like for example, this day we're not having any pullback, just to show the difference. We're not having any pullbacks, deep pullbacks to the median. Okay, we're just holding and pushing down, whereas these pullbacks are indicative of further action in that, further action to the pattern repeats itself. So yeah, a lot of you made some good money on Friday with these shorts here. And looking at today, okay, we're quite close to the median at the moment. It's quite flat. What am I looking for? Okay, being very vigilant now of the pattern. Okay, the pattern where price is doesn't move after the index open. So if price does not move between 9:30 and 10:30, being very vigilant for a strong directional push, as happened up here, and again on the 18th of January and the 9th of January. I'm looking to code that pattern into an indicator at the moment. But right now we are about to open in 8 minutes. We have no major news, and anything that sweeps down here is probably going to be a nice buy. Okay, where is our demand zone? So we're looking at for demand. Strongest demand is down here. And that secondary zone of demand is here. Okay, beneath the river. Okay, I'm just going to have an alert set here. Okay, and then obviously for the open, where's our order block? Highest order block is up here. A lot of imbalance here, and then the second order block is through here. Okay, why is that an order block? Well, there we can see the contention. We see the buying and selling occurring here, and then we have that imbalance that falls down to the next area. Okay, so that is the next order block, supply order block. That's where we get some rejection, and we are bullish at the moment. So let's see what happens. I'm going to put an alert in for this area. I want to see what price is doing once it pushes up to here. If it's come down a little bit at the open and then it's reaching this area, I'm definitely going to layer in and sell it. Okay, if it just kicks straight out of the median and it hits here, I'm going to watch what it does. Watch what the action, the price action looks like. I need to see some sweeping of the volatility bands to be very confident about a setup for mean reversion. Okay, if it just kicks straight out of here like that, I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to wait to see how it interacts with this band, how it pulls back to the median, and then look at taking some sell orders afterwards. Likewise, if it comes straight down here, I'm not going to buy it immediately. I want to see it kick up a little bit, then come back down here, and put some kind of, its leg needs to be that kind of one volatility move, like that kind of action. So up here and then down here, and that's when I'll be very confident in buying. Okay, and then it kicks straight out of the median. I'm going to see how it interacts with the river bands, with these demand zones first. Okay, if it's slow, if it's moving through the middle like this, I'm going to have more confidence in taking a mean reversion trade. So that's this morning. Just be vigilant, see what goes on. We can't predict what's happening. We're just going to we're going to react to what the market gives us. Okay, and then tomorrow 8:30 a.m. Make sure all your trades are off at 8:30 before 8:30 a.m. ET tomorrow morning for the inflation report. Suspect there's going to be a lot of volatility in the market. Can expect there to be moves that will be outside of the river bands, maybe twice or even 3 times, and very dangerous to our strategy if you have trades on or try to trade that kind of price action until it's settled a little bit. So just make sure your news, you're aware of your news tomorrow morning, and use it as 8:30 a.m. every single morning this week. Okay, and except for Friday. And except for today. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we have news at 8:30 a.m. With inflation tomorrow, which is the most important of the week in regards to moving this market. So coming into the index open now, and we'll see what happens. Alerts set here, and just make sure you're waiting for price to come to you.